you now hear that Billie Eilish is going to be doing the main song, all that kind of stuff. As somebody who really, really treasures their Bond movies, how are you feeling about this?
Well, I have to say, John, I think it's a very shrewd choice. I like the choice a lot. I mean, as a middle-aged man with one foot in his grave, I don't know if an 18-year-old girl has much to say to me personally, but I have to tell you, I really loved her debut album. She was shattering records. She won American Music Awards. She won Grammys. She's in the Guinness Book of World Records. I think Bad Guy is one of the great singles of maybe the last decade. It's a terrific song. She writes her music with her brother, and she's actually from Highland Park, which is a city right next to where I live here in Pasadena. So local girl made good. I really think she's a tremendous talent. I think she's really got the stuff. And when you think about a lot of singer-songwriters, when you go back and you think of the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, they became who they were when they were young guys. And I think she's a really talented addition to the pantheon of rock and roll. And I can't wait to see where she goes. And I think, look, if you want to get young people interested in the James Bond franchise, which, let's face it, began in 1962 on the big screen, I think Billie Eilish singing that title track is a really great move. And I think more importantly, it's going to be, whatever it is, a great song.
I mean, I feel kind of odd about it in a couple different ways. And here are the different ways that I feel a little bit weird about it. In the sense that, number one, I'm thinking she's 18 years old. What on earth does she know about James Bond? And what does she know about singing about that? I mean, a lot of times these Bond songs are like heavy things that she would have no experience in and have no idea about all that kind of stuff. At the same time, I think you bring up a great point. These types of franchises are always looking at how do we continue to bring in new audiences. She's just been, I think she got nominated for 6 Grammy Awards or all that kind of stuff. She's very popular, no doubt about that. So I think you're right. There's a little bit of strategy there as well for going for someone like her. But honestly, at the end of the day, to anybody that wants to get all excited about this, and to anybody who's getting all negative, like, oh, I don't want to watch James Bond if it's got her singing a song in it, to either extreme, I would say this. It's just one song. It's going to be 2 minutes of the movie near the beginning of the movie while some credits are playing. This is not going to make or break this movie. So to whoever is getting super excited about now this movie is sure to rule, or anybody who's crapping on too much, oh, this movie's going to suck, just calm the fuck down. It's going to be 2 minutes of the movie while an opening title cards play and has some title. Maybe it'll be a great song and it'll set the stage. Maybe it'll be a bad song, but we'll get over it as soon as the main body of the movie starts. So, Rob, I'm not going to get too excited or too down. I think it's a very interesting choice, and I like the way you put it. I mean, I think there's some strategy there for a choice like this to bringing somebody new. But honestly, at the end of the day, her doing this song is not going to make the movie great, and her doing the song, if it's a bad song, isn't going to ruin the movie. So I'm just not going to get too excited about it one way or the other. How do you look at something like that?
Well, first of all, her song Bad Guy, I mean, she literally sang a song called Bad Guy. That is one of the catchiest pop tunes. You can't not like that song.
You know what? The first time I ever heard that song, it was playing at the end credits while they were doing the credit sequences at the end of Brightburn. That's when, and I thought, well, that was a perfectly appropriate usage of that. So, there's that. Anyway.
I mean, coming on the heels of Sam Smith's theme for Spectre, like, come on. I wanted to, put a bag over my head and jump in a river after listening to that song. I mean, a James Bond theme should get you pumped. And if they bring Daniel Kleinman back he's been doing the opening Bond credits since GoldenEye. He missed Quantum of Solace, which was a mistake. But his opening credit sequences are masterful. And if she comes out with a killer single, I would like to see that single once again be a chart topper like Adele's Skyfall was. Maybe even get nominated for an Academy Award. I think it's exactly what the Bond franchise needs. It's going to let Daniel Craig, I think, go out on a high note. And who knows, if she gets 18-year-olds to flock to see No Time to Die and they rediscover the Bond franchise anew, like I did when I was a child, it can only be good for the legacy of James Bond.
All right, guys. Question is, what do you feel about this news about Billie Eilish? I think it's interesting, but I don't think there's anything to get super excited or super negative about, but it's pretty interesting and probably a pretty smart strategy move. But how are you feeling about it right now? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know what you think. All right, guys.